Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I'm going to be chatting about my winter makeup favorites. These will be the products that I will be loving and using a lot throughout the winter months. Before we hop into the video itself, we are just going to take a quick moment to chat about our sponsor today, Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa, thank you so much for partnering with me on this video. I've worked with them a few times in the past now, and I absolutely adore this jewelry brand. You guys have no idea. Well, you probably do know if you've heard me talk about them before, but I just think they are absolutely fantastic. They are a carbon neutral, sustainable jewelry brand. They're able to completely offset the carbon emissions that they produce by sourcing their materials the way they do and also with the disposal of their products. I'm constantly trying to find ways to be more sustainable in my everyday life in a way that's really realistic and also easy because, let's be real, it can be a lot of effort and they make it really easy by just taking the guesswork out of the sustainability factor. They care very deeply about their sustainability mission and that just means so much to me. Their pieces are fantastic, long-wearing, good quality, and very good pricing as well. They have pieces starting as low as $39 each, and they have things that go much more high in price. They have something for everybody. I want to talk about the pieces they sent me because I'm very excited about them and I think they are so cute. First is this lovely curb chain necklace. I really like minimalistic, dainty pieces for my necklaces and my chokers. You guys always see the chokers that I wear. I feel like it's all usually very basic, very simple, and that is just what I like. I really just love this dainty gold chain. Gold is up my alley. That is the color I prefer with my jewelry. I love this because it will go with literally anything in the world. I like that it can be adjusted fairly short because I do like my necklaces worn a little bit higher up, and it can also be worn a little bit longer if you're someone who wants it a little bit longer of a necklace. I also have these two rings that I'm wearing to talk about. We have the duo ball ring. I love the asymmetrical balls. I feel like this is very comfortable to wear. I think it's very cute, it's very classy, and it's very just simplistic. And then this ring is called the Minimalist Ring. Again, going back to the fact that I like minimalism with my rings, my necklaces. My earrings I like to usually have a bit louder of a statement, but as far as necklaces and rings go, I like them to be very dainty, very minimalistic. This one's just super cute. These are both adjustable and you can kind of just make them slide onto whatever finger you want them to fit on, and I just love them. They're very easy and simple and they're perfect for me. I'm really vibing with the wearing multiple rings kind of thing. I've been wearing these pieces specifically that they sent me for the last week now, and I just keep wearing them either both on the same hand, I'll do separate hands, I'll do the same finger. With this necklace, I've also paired it with a longer one. I've even paired it with another smaller one that I've gotten from them. I feel like their pieces are just so easy to wear and pair with other things. It takes the guesswork out of styling them. It's super easy. I think this brand is so fantastic if you're looking to try a new jewelry brand maybe for yourself, or if you're looking to get a nice gift for someone coming up for the holidays. They're currently running their biggest sale of the year for the holidays. It started on December 2nd and it's ending on December 26th. They're going to be offering buy one get one 40% off the entire site for everybody, and for the US specifically, they're also offering a free travel case for orders over $150. Again, this is the perfect time to jump on it if you're looking for some new pieces maybe for yourself or for a gift. It's perfect for whoever you want to treat. Thank you again, Ana Luisa, for partnering with me on this video. I will have the link to shop their sale down in the description box. Feel free to check it out if you are wanting to do some shopping for the holidays or just for any reason. One more thing before we jump into the actual video and talk about the favorites. I did, of course, film this look as I film every look. This should already be up on my IGTV by the time this video goes up. Now, with all that being said, let's just hop in and chat about my winter makeup favorites. As I say with all of my seasonal favorites, if you haven't been here before, I personally do not think that makeup has to be seasonal. You can literally wear whatever you want, whenever you want. I will happily rock like a hot pink eye or a very bright summery yellow eye look as well during the middle of winter, and I'll also wear a dark, smoky, grungy look in the middle of spring. It doesn't matter, but I do find myself gravitating towards specific things in specific seasons, and I like to share them with you. You guys really seem to enjoy these videos, so that's why I do them every season. I don't know if I've done a winter one before though. I always do spring and fall. I did do a summer this year as well, but I don't think I've ever done a winter, so this is exciting. I'll be honest, a lot of my winter favorites carry from fall. I still like just those very warm, cozy vibes. I love those grungy tones, the mustard yellows, the olive greens, so I didn't really include any of that. Anything that I mentioned in my fall favorites would still carry on into this. So if you want even more inspiration, go check out that video. But these are ones that I feel like specifically I'm really gonna like with holidays coming up. We have Christmas, we have New Year's, even technically Valentine's Day is in winter as well. These are things that I'm really going to be enjoying during this time. I very much enjoy glam looks during this time of year. I feel like I gravitate towards neutrals a lot more in the winter as well. I don't know why that is, but it's always been that way for me. I play with reds a lot more just because of the holidays like Christmas, New Year's, all that kind of stuff. But regardless, I have some things to talk about, so let's just hop in. I don't need to ramble anymore. I don't have really any complexion things to talk about. When it comes to spring and summer, I definitely vibe with low coverage tinted moisturizer the most. In the wintertime, I kind of wear whatever I want. I never really go for full coverage, but some days I'll wear no foundation, sometimes I'll wear medium, sometimes I'll wear a tinted moisturizer. It varies day to day. I don't have a specific favorite in the winter for foundation, concealer, bronzer, or powder actually. So we're just gonna move on to blush and highlight, and then we'll get into mostly eye products. I don't have a whole lot of blushes to talk about either because, again, it kind of translates from fall mostly, but I have two things specifically I want to talk about. I don't have any cream blushes just because there isn't really anything specifically that I've been wanting to wear, and I've honestly been on more of a powder kick lately anyways, but the two blushes that I want to talk about are first Sweet Tulip from Odenzai. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. I really enjoy more pink cheeks in the winter. I find that with all the other seasons like spring and summer, I like corals and more warm, bright things like that. I feel like in the winter, I like cooler pinks. I feel like maybe it's just because it gives me more of that cold bitten look. I don't know what it is, but it's very cute, and I really like this blush specifically right now. I've been wearing this one a lot lately, and it's so pretty. Even though I'm wearing it on my cheeks, I will swatch it for you just so you can see the color. But it's just such a beautiful kind of coolish, neutralish, yummy pink. Love this one. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. I think it's beautiful. I do have a discount code with Odenzai. It's BEAUTBEAN if you want to save 10%. It is an affiliate code just so you're aware, meaning I'll make a commission if you use it, so no pressure, but it's there if you want to save money. The other blush product I have to talk about is actually my Fairy Blush palette, just because, again, the pink in here, I really, really like it. It's quite bright, very bright. I use quite a light hand when I play with this one. Oh, it makes that Odenzai one look so warm in comparison, but I love that cool, bright pink. I think it's very cute, very elfish when you wear it. I think it's adorable, and I don't know, I've been reaching for this palette a lot. It also makes a really cute eyeshadow palette. I feel like these colors play really well together for like cute, whimsical, wintry looks. I think it's beautiful. Even though this is definitely a blush that I gravitate the most towards spring, this up here is actually my favorite blush in my whole collection, so I definitely still reach for it in the winter, so just wanted to shout this palette out as well, the Likely Makeup Fairy Blush palette. Okay, moving on to highlights. I actually have a little pile in front of me. You'll notice a common trend. I like icy highlights, I like white highlights, I like very just snowy looking highlights, things that are very cool tone, very bright, very icy. I do have one cream to talk about, and it's not anything you haven't heard before if you've been here before, but it is the Star Brite highlight from Colourpop. It is the Light Stick, and it's just a beautiful icy, white, bright, it's not totally a white, it's kind of like a white champagne, but it's very icy, very beautiful, and very bright, and I really like it all times of year, but especially when I want something super bright and icy. Moving on to powders, however, I have a loose powder to talk about. This is my Snow Angel Loose Highlight from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. It is this very bright, icy white powder highlight. It's so beautiful. Look how bright that is. It is crazy. I love this highlight. It's so lovely. Of course, it is loose, so it's a little bit messier to work with. I already made a little bit of a mess in front of me, but that's okay. Honestly, the reward of having this bright, shiny highlight is so worth it. Moving on to pressed powder, a bit less messy, but one more Give Me Glow one. This is my Snowflake highlight. I've been wearing this so much lately. You've probably already seen me wear it. I'm sure there are some upcoming videos where I'm still wearing it. It's very similar to the Snow Angel one, but I feel like this one's honestly a little bit whiter. It's very white. It's so bright and beaming. It's beautiful. I debated not keeping both of these in my highlight collection and declutter I did last month, but I ultimately ended up deciding to keep both because I feel like the formula is different enough, and this one is just brighter. It's so beaming. It's so insanely bright. If you are the palest of pale, this is the white highlight for you, let me tell you. One more kind of white highlight. This is my Melt Cosmetics Morning Star highlight. It's actually what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. This is a very soft, pearly kind of highlight. Pearly is my best way to describe it because it kind of has a little bit of a pink shift in it. And it's just so soft and magical. I feel like if you're not really sure what highlight to wear, this is a really good go-to for me at least. It's very soft, it just glows and looks nice and pretty and a little effortless. I feel like it doesn't look like I tried too hard with my highlight. It just melts in and looks lovely. One more single highlight to talk about before I talk about a highlight palette. This is my Moon Cruiser highlight from Kaldieos Makeup. It is so beautiful. It's a white, purpley blue kind of highlight. It is so insanely pretty. Let me try to build up this swatch. I'm on an awkward part of my hand now. but it is such a beautiful bluey purple iridescent. It is so lovely. Such a beautiful blue highlight. It's so cool toned and just ethereal. I absolutely love this. What a fantastic highlight. Kaldieos killed it with that one. They honestly kill it with all of their highlights, but especially for winter. Moon Cruiser, such a good winter wonderland on your cheeks. So cute. Another Odenzai product. This is the Alva 2 highlight palette. This is such a beautiful highlight palette. I use every single shade, and I feel like especially for very icy, wintry looks. This is a winter woodland fairy crammed into a palette. It's so pretty. Let me just swatch these for you. Let me get some room here so you can see just how magical they are. They are so pretty. This is the purple one. I'm gonna add a little bit more swatch in there. But it's just such a magical, ethereal, beautiful palette. I definitely reach for the top 2 shades the most because they have the most glitz and glimmer in them, especially Salamander. This one is so sparkly. If you don't like a sparkly highlight, you wouldn't like this. But these two are very sparkly. These two are more just like glowy without glitter. I think it's a very fun palette. It's something that's very unique as far as not just being a basic palette, but I feel like it's not so loud that it's scary. I don't know. I love this palette. And again, you can save 10% with the code BEAUTBEAN. All right, that's it for complexion products. Let's get into eyeshadow palettes because I know that's always everyone's favorite thing to talk about, myself included. And let's just talk about my winter favorites for eyeshadow palettes. First up from Kaldieos Makeup, this is my Cyber Bronze palette. I did so many pretty warm, cozy holiday looks with this palette last year. You have these 3 brown neutrals, something very simple. If you're someone who's not comfortable wearing a lot of color, you can create just a really simple, easy, smoky look, as smoky or as soft as you see fit. And then we have these beautiful shimmers. This shimmer silver is so incredibly wet looking. This is such a beautiful shimmer red up here. Then we have the most lovely kind of rose gold kind of color. I think this palette's very easy to use. It's something that you can just throw a really quick glamorous look together, as simple or as intricate as you see fit. Love this palette. I think it's beautiful, especially for nice, quick, easy holiday looks. I have 2 9 pans from Colourpop to talk about. We have the That's Taupe palette and the Blowin Smoke palette. Mine's the old packaging before they changed the name, but it's called the Blowin Smoke now. The Blowin Smoke looks like this. This is such a good monochromatic palette. I feel like if you're someone who just really likes cool tones, grays, glamour, this is my perfect go-to gray black smoky eye palette. It's beautiful. I feel like the ratio of matte to shimmers is perfect. I feel like you have everything you need with your mattes, all the way from a white into a black, different shades of grays. There are 2 sequin shadows in here, which you guys know aren't my favorite, but I can honestly see past it for this palette because it performs so beautifully. The 3 shimmers in the middle are so incredibly wet looking. I feel like I make just the prettiest, most glamorous gray black smoky eyes with this palette, and that is such a good go-to for holiday season. Not that we're doing any parties this year or anything like that, but that would be a good go-to if I were doing parties and stuff and just wanted to look super fierce, you know? And then the That's Taupe palette is honestly like one of my favorite palettes Colourpop's ever come out with. It is literally perfect as far as matte to shimmer ratio. There's no sequins, there's no pressed glitters. I feel like, again, the mattes have the perfect ratio of light to dark where you can go as soft or as dramatic as you want. We have 3 beautiful shimmers, one being a Super Shock shadow. They look so glitzy and glamorous. I personally prefer cool tones with my neutrals, and this is such a good go-to glamorous, easy palette. Whether you wanted to do something super dramatic or just something really quick and easy before work, this is a very good go-to. I've reached for this so many times now, and I've only had it like 2 months. I think this is fantastic. And especially since I do gravitate more towards neutrals in the winter, I wanted to shout this guy out because I love it. I do have a non-affiliated discount code with Colourpop. It's just 5 BEAUTBEAN. I don't make a commission. It's just for you to save money. It doesn't always work on every order, but it's worth a shot if you want to save $5. Next up, this is the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties palette. I love this palette. I got myself this as a birthday gift for myself back in July when this launched, and I just absolutely adore it. There's only the 3 mattes in here, but I feel like the mattes that they chose for this palette were perfect because, again, you can do things that are a little bit more light and airy, or you can make it really dramatic and glamorous. The shimmers in here take my breath away. I just feel beautiful wearing these colors, and I love berry tones in the winter. I know I already talked about liking cool tones and neutrals, but berries also, that is such a winter vibe for me. I'm gonna be obsessed with using this winter season, and I can't wait to bust it out again. It's been a couple months since I played with it, and I just absolutely adore it. I also love berry tones on my eye color. I have these kind of bluish greenish eyes, and they just make them scream and sing, and it looks so pretty. Moving on to my two go-to glamorous palettes from Alter Ego. These are my go-tos when I just want something that's so beautiful, so lovely. Anytime I take a trip, I usually take the Temptress palette with me because it's just a go-to like dinner palette. If you're gonna dress up really nice, it's what I always go to. The Temptress palette looks like this. It is a dupe for the Anastasia Sultry palette, and I just think this is so lovely. Again, it has a lot of the things that I need, those cool tone neutrals. We have a couple pops of warmth in here, but it stays mostly on the cool tone side. We have a black to really deepen things up. The shimmers in here look like liquid metal. We have variations from bronze to kind of rose goldy to silver. Such a beautiful, just one and done glam palette in my opinion. And again, we're not really doing parties this year, but that's not gonna stop me from looking just super lovely in my own house just with my husband. Maybe I'll do a really pretty New Year's glam look for myself in my pajamas. No one will know but me. And this is just such a good one if you're looking for something just very glamorous and beautiful. And then the Goddess palette, this is my favorite one from Alter Ego ever. I just think it's so beautiful. This is a bit different than what I've been talking about so far. I know I've been stressing like cool tones and neutrals. This one's more warm and it has those interesting pops, but with how gold based this is and those pops of blue, I think it's so pretty for winter. I love pops of blue in the winter. I love doing just like a navy eye or a really pretty golden eye with a little pop of blue. This shade here is so lovely. I love pairing it with the warm mustardy colors in this palette. Again, like I said before, a lot of those fall tones that I like definitely translate into winter. And I feel like this is kind of my perfect combination of fall tones and winter tones. It's just such a good combination of those golds, that warmth, but with those special like shifty blues, and it's kind of crystally. I feel like I'm making words up at this point, but I don't know how to really describe how I feel about this. It's just beautiful, makes me feel really pretty. I feel like in the winter especially, I like reaching for this. It's my favorite one from Alter Ego. It's so good. I do have a discount code with Alter Ego as well, by the way. It is BEAUTBEAN in all caps if you want to save 10%. That one also is an affiliate code, just so you're aware. Moving on to some color, because I'm not strictly a neutral person in the winter time. I do have some color things to talk about. This is my Certifeye Affinity 2. I have quite a few blue-green palettes in my collection, but this is my favorite one for winter. Something about these tones of green are perfect for Christmas looks in my opinion. Something about these specific blues are perfect for like winter wonderland looks. When you put the two together, it just screams like winter paradise to me. I don't know what it is. With the other blue-green palettes that I have in my collection, they're very much more like grungy blues or bright blues, bright greens, neons. It's kind of like neon meets grunge in the other palettes. These are just such true like winter toned blues and greens. I don't know how to explain it more than that. I just love this palette this time of year. I've already busted into it a couple times for some holiday looks and I'm just excited about it. Another color that I absolutely adore in the winter are dark purples. I have so much fun with them. I feel so drawn to them, and I wanted to talk about my Ace Beaute Fallen Paradise palette. Or is it called Paradise Fallen? It's called the Paradise Fallen. You get the gist. I just think it's so pretty. Again, you have some neutrals in here if you want to just kind of dip your toe in it. You could play with the neutrals and then add little pops of purple, but we have the most beautiful, deep, rich purples in here. We have pops of like silvery purple, a couple grays. I feel like it's just so sultry and very just like winter night sky, purple, sugar plum fairy. I just really like this palette, and especially in the winter, I just think it's super appropriate. I was gonna also mention the Menagerie Violet ink, but I'm pretty certain that as of this moment, that palette no longer exists. If you already have that palette, that's fantastic as well. You can totally rock some awesome purple looks in the winter time, but this is the one I wanted to actually talk about since it still exists, so there's that. Next up, I want to talk about the ultimate Christmas palette. This is the Give Me Glow Christmas Morning palette. It looks like this. It is literally Christmas in a palette. They did bring this back this year. As of the moment I'm filming this, it's Black Friday actually, hello from the past, but as of right now it's in stock and it's available. I don't know if it'll still be in stock by the time this video goes up. I really hope so because I know a lot of you always want to get your hands on this. This is so fantastic. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this in 2 of my upcoming holiday looks. One might already be up, I'm not quite sure, but I love this palette. It's so beautiful. You have 4 mattes, 4 shimmers. The shimmers look like liquid metal on your eyes. You have neutrals, pops of color. You can do golden looks, icy white looks, red, green, a combination of everything. It's so cozy in Christmas and I absolutely love this. Next up, like I mentioned before, I really like wearing red this time of year as well, so I wanted to talk about the Odenzai Freya palette. This might seem a little off-road compared to what I've been talking about with the cool tones, but I feel like the red berry tones in here really bring back that berry vibe that I really enjoy in the winter. This is a very, again, just simple, easy palette to just throw a look on that will always look beautiful. The shimmers are quite cute. The mattes blend really easy. I like that they lay it out really nice. It's just mattes, shimmers, mattes, shimmers. Super quick, super simple. I really like this palette. I haven't given this one nearly as much love as my other Odenzai palettes, but I'm feeling like this winter we're gonna get along great because I like the berry tones in here a lot. I feel like we could do very soft looks, very dramatic looks. We will see. Two more palettes to talk about. Next up is the Arcana from Shroud Cosmetics. Shroud did close their website temporarily to catch up on orders. For those of you who are waiting on your collab palette with me, she is working very hard to get them out to you. If you want updates, Shroud has been posting updates and behind the scenes stuff on the Shroud Instagram account. She is working so hard to get everyone's palettes out to you. I want nothing more than for all of you to have your palettes, and that's why she closed the shop temporarily so that she can work on it. So if you don't already own this palette, unfortunately you can't get it right now, but it will be available once the shop reopens, and my collab will be available again once the shop reopens. I don't know when that's happening just yet. Stay tuned. We're hoping very early next year. Anyways though, let's talk about this palette. Even if you don't have this palette and wanted to get it, maybe you can dupe the vibes in your own collection. The main idea with this palette and what I love about it for winter are the jewel tones. I love how deep all the colors are. I love the richness of the shimmers in here. The shimmer green is so mouth-watering. Even the shimmer pink. Pink isn't really the first thing I go for in the winter, but something about this one is just so rich. It reminds me of like a pink Christmas bulb. Like, you know when people do the colorful Christmas lights? That's what this pink looks like to me. I don't even do rainbow Christmas lights in my house. I always do the warm white ones, but I don't know, something about it is a very Christmassy pink. This gold is so brilliant and rich and liquidy. I just love everything about this palette. I think it's a grungy, jewel-toned lover's dream, and I wanted to shout it out for winter because I think it'll make killer winter looks as well. Again, their site is closed temporarily, but when it does reopen, you can use my affiliate code BEAUTBEAN in all caps to save 10% on Shroud's site. And finally, the last palette I have to talk about before we get into some single eye products, this is the Nomad Cosmetics Orient Express palette. This launched in the summertime, and as soon as I laid my eyes on it, I was like, that would make a killer holiday palette. I knew it was not intended for holiday, but that's exactly what I see with it. We have those really easy neutrals to make really pretty neutral glam looks. We have the pop of gold, we have this beautiful green, we have another shade of green. This blue is a Christmas blue if I've ever seen one. We have red, we have matte greens. To me, this is a holiday palette. If we were doing holiday parties this year, this would 100% be what I'd be using for that. I think this is killer. I think it's so pretty, and this would be just another very easy look. You could go as simple and neutral with pops of color as you want, or you could go very bold, very colorful. I have a non-affiliated discount code with Nomad Cosmetics. It's BEAUTBEAN10 if you want to save 10%. I don't make any commission. It's just for you to save money. Okay, we got palettes out of the way. Let's chat about single eye products, and then we'll get into lips. I have 3 liquid shadows to talk about, one of which I'm already wearing, and I will talk about that one first. These are all from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This first one is called Dirty Martini. Again, it's what's all over my lid. This is a really pretty, like, grungy, antique-y gold. It's kind of greenish, kind of gold, very grungy, but also very glamorous, and I'm really liking this for winter. I think it's so pretty. As soon as I got this in the mail about a week ago, I was like, that's going in my winter favorites. It just has to. It's so pretty. I'm going to be reaching for this nonstop. I love reaching for these liquid shadows when I just need to do a quick eye look before work. I'll just kind of blend one of those all across my lid, throw on some lashes, call it a day. These are very glitzy and very beautiful and so easy to use. This next one is called Cranberry, and it is exactly what you would think it is. It's a beautiful cranberry color. It's a red, but it's like a muted red. It has a little bit of pink in it, making a little more berry, cranberry, if you will, and it's just very lovely. I love this kind of color for the winter. Very glamorous, very cute. And this last one is called Disco Queen. This is a kind of sheer white with sparkle in it, and it's so pretty and wintry. It has these little iridescent sparkles all throughout it. I don't even know if it's going to translate on camera because it's so just fairy-like. It's very cute, very winter wonderland, and I thought it would be perfect for this collection of products as well. I have one loose shadow to talk about. This is from Sugar Pill, and it's called Polar. I pre-filmed my single shadow collection in Declutter about a month ago at this point. That might already be up on my channel, that or it's coming very soon. If it is not up, it should be up like very, very soon. But as soon as I swatched this one and deciding whether to keep it or not, I was like, one, yes, I have to keep that. That's outstanding, but also that is winter in a loose shadow. So rich and beautiful, so stunning. I love this color, and I can't wait to play with this for some awesome winter looks. I have two Super Shock shadows to talk about. This first one is called Ice Dream. I only just got this sent from them about a week and a half ago and I'm already obsessed. I've already worn it like 4 times. It's this beautiful iridescent yumminess. I don't know how well it's going to translate from afar on camera because it's truly just like an iridescent topper. It's so beautiful. I did use this in a holiday look coming up for my Minimalist looks, and I actually use it as a face highlight as well, and it's so pretty. Just very white, purple, pink, blue, very iridescent. I feel like it's very winter and it's so pretty. This is probably my favorite Super Shock shadow in my whole collection right now. That or it's tied with Ritz and Mycelium. It's really hard to pick, but it's up there. And this last one is called Moonwalk. I actually have this tucked a little bit under my lower lash line. Nothing too obvious, but it is down there. And it's just such a pretty gold green, and I thought it would be really pretty for winter looks as well, especially for holiday looks. I think it's very just unique and interesting without just being the typical green and gold that we do for Christmas. This is something just a little bit different. I thought it was really pretty and wanted to shout it out for this video as well. I have one glitter to talk about from Apocalyptic Beauty. This is the style Paranormal Cold Spot. They did bring this back, which is why I decided to talk about it. Let me see if I can get a close-up for you. It's just lots of little iridescent snowflakes. It's so freaking cute. I can't stand it, and it's perfect for winter, obviously. Obviously, if you get and use chunky glitters, they're not intended for use around the eyes. You have to be very careful. I will do it, but do as I say, not as I do. They're not meant for the eye area, but if you're a rebel like me, this is very cute. Or you could even like pop some on your cheekbones for a cute glittery highlight. That's a lot more safe. You can do that. I have 3 eye pencils to talk about, and then we will get into lip products. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about with eye pencils. Again, a lot of those fall ones translate into winter, so I just wanted to talk about 3. I might have even talked about these in my fall favorites, but these are specifically my favorite for winter. We have this silver from NYX called Platinum. It is the most white silver blinding eye pencil. It's so pretty. I wear this so often. I'm surprised this isn't lower than it is because I use it all the time. Next is Glitzy Gold, which I'm actually wearing in my waterline now. And again, it's just very bright and just gold. It's bright gold in your waterline. What more can you ask for? And last, this is Colourpop's Venus. It is a bright, bright red. And if you're like me and enjoy doing bright red holiday looks, this is perfect. Such a good red, very creamy, and these are my go-to pencils usually for holiday looks and just winter looks in general. Because even once we get into like Valentine's Day, like I'll totally be using the red as well. It's just perfect. All right, let's get into lip products. I will start by saying if you're not into reds or berries, you should probably end the video here because that's all I have to talk about. I don't have any neutrals. I'm not really going to talk about blues because I will wear the occasional blue lip, but it's not really my go-to for winter. My go-to for winter are berries and reds. It's just how it is. I do like to still play with neutrals, but I don't really have favorites specific to winter. I just continue on with my normal neutral favorites through winter. Same with my like sheer sparkly glosses. They just translate into winter as well. But if you want to see some of my favorite reds and berries, stay tuned. I will talk about these 2 eye pencils really quick. We have this one from Mousse Beauty, which the name I do not know offhand, but I will have it in the description box. The name is not written on the pencil. It's actually the lip pencil I'm wearing today, but it's a really pretty just berry pencil. Kind of pinkish, kind of red. It's a perfect berry pencil. And this one from Colourpop, it was from the Trick or Treat collection. This is called Spinster Ladies. It's just a true red pencil. If you don't have this one and this one is potentially still not available, you could probably get away with just using any red. I feel like this is just a true medium red. Nothing too crazy, but I do feel like it's necessary because I do have some like lipsticks, and when I'm using dark lipsticks, I need something to help with that. And I've been on a lip liner kick since like 2 months ago, so it's very much a necessity for me now. I have 2 lippy sticks to talk about. I actually have not really worn these yet. I just got this big box of lippy sticks from Colourpop like a couple days ago, and I'm just gonna kind of slowly work through and decide like what I'm keeping, what I'm not, what I'm gonna gift away before I even touch it. But these 2 I automatically knew I was gonna use. This first one's called Ellery. It's what I'm wearing right now, but I will still swatch it for you. It's a really pretty berry lippy stick. It's so, so cute. It says it's a matte on the tube. I don't feel like it's that matte. It's kind of creamy, but I prefer that anyways. But yeah, it's a really pretty berry, and I thought it would be perfect for winter, so that's why it's here. And this one I've yet to wear. This is brand new, but this one is called Poison, and it's just a really pretty, yummy, again, kind of medium toned red. It has a little bit of cool toneness to it, but not so much that it's a berry. It's really pretty, and I wanted to include that with my winter favorite so I can make an effort to use this one. I have this one from Odenzai called Poppy Girl. It's a cream lip stain. These are kind of just like really creamy liquid lipsticks, kind of glossy, but not so much that I consider it a gloss. looks like this. It's a very pretty, just juicy looking red, and I just think this will be really, really pretty for just very, I don't know, if you want a very dramatic but kind of shiny red lip, I think this will be really cute. I love the cream lip stain formula as well. I mean, obviously I love all of these or I wouldn't be talking about them. I'm obviously haven't used these too much, but I am familiar with the lippy stick formula. I had one for a while and I'm excited to have new colors to play with. Although I'm already making a mess on my chin. Who knows how long that's been there for. It's what happens with red lips sometimes. The only other actual lipstick I have to talk about is this one called Patrol from Sugarpill. I talked about this last year in one of my favorites for the month, but it is a beautiful bright red lipstick. It has sparkle in it. It's so glamorous. This is such a good go-to glam holiday lip. It's so, so pretty, and I just had to talk about it again because it's so good. Also from Sugarpill, the shade Nurse. This is one of my favorite red lipsticks of all time. It's right there at the end. Again, it's just a very bright, true red, like a cherry red. It's so pretty and very petal looking on the lips. I have two liquid lipsticks from Dose of Colors. This first one is called Extra Saucy. This one is a very pretty kind of bright red liquid lipstick. It's a little bit cool toned. It's a little more on that like red violet side, but not so much again that it looks like a berry. It's just very rich and very beautiful. And then my actual favorite berry lip of all time, this is Berry Me from Dose of Colors. It is a true berry. It has that purpliness to it, but not so much that's just a purple lip. I love berry tones in the winter. I cannot stress it enough, especially a berry lip. This is my favorite one of all time. It's just too good. I have this lip tonic from Kaldieos Makeup. This is the shade Collision. This is the only time you'll really catch me wearing a metallic liquid lipstick, and it's when it's red and when it's holiday. This metallic red is so pretty. I'm fairly certain that the holiday look that I already filmed wearing this is already up on my channel, and it's just so much fun. I love that lipstick. The formula is very comfortable. It's very, I don't want to call it thin because then it seems like it's like not opaque. It's opaque. It's just not super heavy feeling. It's very comfortable. This one from Pixi, it's one of the matte last liquid lips. This is called Real Red. Again, it's a red. I told you if you're not into red lips, don't stay for this part of the video, but it's just a really pretty true red. It's very comfortable on the lips. It's such a beautiful kind of creamy finish. It doesn't dry down totally matte or uncomfortable, and it's just beautiful. I can't get enough of it. I know a lot of these look very similar, but they're all slightly different, which is why I need all of them. Just three more lip products to talk about. This one is Vanity from Alter Ego, a really pretty kind of almost like a wine red. I mean, it's a true red. It's not super winey. Winey. It's a really pretty red though. Again, just another solid formula. This particular lipstick is super cheap. This is only like $6 and it's fantastic. So if you need a good cheap red, that's the one I'd go for. And again, my affiliate code BEAUTBEAN will save you 10% off on top of that. Last two lipsticks, we have two from Menagerie, Catfight and Anthurium. I am probably saying that wrong and I'm so, so sorry. Catfight is right here. This is also one of my favorite reds, probably right after Nurse from Sugarpill. It's such a good, true, medium toned red. It's so just lovely. It's not too bright, not too deep, not too warm, not too cool. It is just one of the most perfect in-between reds. It's so lovely. And then this one has been a recent favorite. I love this one. This is a beautiful kind of burgundy wine color. I'm gonna put that one on the end out here. Actually, let me put it here where you can see it a little bit better. It's such a beautiful, deep wine. It's so, so lovely. Can't get enough of it. Again, I'm into these tones this time of year. You're gonna catch me wearing a bold lip quite often. Typically I go for a sheer sparkly gloss or a neutral, but this time of year I'm all about the reds and berries. I just think it's so stunning. Anyways, that is the end of the video. These are gonna be my winter favorites. These are the products that I'm going to continuously try to reach for and play with and just have all the fun with, create lovely winter looks, glam holiday looks, pretend parties at my house by myself with my husband looks, and it's gonna be a great time. My memory card got filled up because I'm talking too much, so if things look a little different, that's why. But I would love to know what your picks are going to be for winter. What do you think you're going to be reaching for the most? What are your favorites for the winter season? Ana Luisa, thank you again so much for partnering with me on this video. Again, all of you, the link to shop their holiday sale will be down in my description box, so feel free to check it out. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave me a winter related emoji, whatever that means to you. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram and follow me there. It's BEAUTBEAN. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe because I'm posting every single day in the month of December. Please make sure you're staying informed with everything that's going on in the world. There will be links in my description box that will take you to resources on ways you can help, information, all that stuff. Thank you so much for for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.